between the San Francisco 49ers and the Seattle Seahawks. And they will elect to not bring this one out as our first drive will begin at the 25. So out come the Seahawks now for their first possession. And they'll be led out by the NFL's most valuable player from 2015. It's Cam Newton.
And you and I both know that any win is a good win. And that's what they did last week. But there's also plenty for him to work on in his game, wasn't there?
Yeah.
2 touchdowns, an interception. Yeah, you know, he wants to increase that a little bit in terms of ratio. But first and foremost, they did win the game.
Let's make these babies cry all the way back home. Let's make these babies cry all the way back home.
On the ground, this is Joe Mixon. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
Joe Mixon, the ball carrier.
The numbers for Mixon last week, very productive. 3 touchdowns, 2 of them on the ground, 1 through the air.
And it will always be a compliment to say that a guy's got a nose for the end zone, and he sure had it last week.
On 2nd down, here's Mixon. And he'll be taken down right around the 34 after a pickup of only a yard.
The ball carrier.
These two rivals played 2 of the better games in the NFL a season ago. You remember Week 17, it was Dre Greenlaw stopping Jacob Hollister at the 1 to preserve a 26-21 49er win. And that wound up both winning them the NFC West and earning them the #1 seed.
At the 36-yard line.
Mixon with a first down carry. And unable to get downhill there as he'll take this up to about the 37.
At the 37-yard line.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
2nd and 9.
They'll try the air now with Newton. The connection here with Nelson Aguilar. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. A gain of 13, it's a first down. From the 50, Newton. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Josh Allen in there to get him. It's a loss of 5.
2 sacks last week. Another one right here. He's been unblockable lately, and I think that goes all the way back to not just his offseason, but the film study he's been doing during the week, because I think he's found matchups that he likes.
And he's going to go down again.
Cam Newton sacked.
No doubt that's a very good play defensively right there, because you've always got to be aware that he can take off and make a big play with his legs. How about the way they were able to contain him? That also tells me the coverage was excellent downfield.
3rd and long, it's Newton. And that's going to be caught by Peoples-Jones. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. It's a gain of 6, but not enough, as he'll be forced to punt on their first drive of the game.
One of the money routes for any offense, the drag route. So tough to defend because the receiver can stop at any point and make himself available to the quarterback and get a completion. But I love the communication we saw there. All the defenders pointing out the receiver, where he was going, and then they're able to rally to the ball after the catch and stop him short of a first down.
Now a deep ball here, hauled in just past the 50. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. Paris Campbell, 78 yards. And the Niners have taken the early lead. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You've got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go, look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. And this carries into the end zone, and it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return.
Their own 25-yard line.
Seattle's offense coming back onto the field, ready for their second drive, and hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win first down. You win second down. And guess what? You start accumulating first downs, and that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
1st and 10 at the 36-yard line.
On 1st and 10, Newton. And he's going to keep it here. He'll get 10 there all on his own, but it'll be second down.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the third one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down. They give to Mixon to try to pick it up. Boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there. Not at all what they envisioned on third down. 3 yards. The wrong direction. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. And not what he was hoping for there, as this will hit in the end zone for a touchback. Back out there comes the 49ers offense, ready for their second drive. Now a first down throw, Watson. And his throw here's incomplete. CeeDee Lamb is intended target, and that'll bring up second down.
One thing that you're going to see from this offense is that they love the matchup with their wide receivers against this secondary. That one wasn't successful, but don't expect them to back away from attacking all game long.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Throwing again is Watson. Being chased out left. He's going to take off with it. He turned that into a nice gain. Gets him 8 yards closer for third down.
A gain of 8 yards. And it's third down.
From the gun, here's Watson. Forced out to his left. He may try and run for this. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a first down.
We just saw a nice example of why teams often bring in baseball guys to teach quarterbacks how to slide in key situations. You want to protect your franchise guy. Make sure he doesn't get hurt. He did exactly that on that play. A perfect slide to avoid the big hit and pick up a first down.
Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawk defense. Frank Clark fighting his way home to get the sack.
The competition comes up in so many different ways. And right now, this unit, their competition is who's going to get to the quarterback the most times. Had about 5 sacks last week. We just saw their first one of this game.
Now left side, a completion to his tight end. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 21. And it's complete. In the end zone, touchdown 49ers. 2 first-quarter touchdown passes now for Deshaun Watson. Where the Niners are able to stretch their lead.
There's not much that's perfect in football, but that's about as close to it as you're going to get. Score, force a punt, score again.
And both drives were impressive. The opening drive was, that last one was. Now on the other side, though, what's your psyche? You're really behind the 8 ball.
You got to make sure you just hold in there. Survive the early storm. Relax a little bit. And try and get back to your game plan. It's way too early for panic.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Seattle now ready to march onto the field. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him, all right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field with this run.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But, hey, listen, there's got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down. Newton. And they get to Newton and take him down for the sack.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been under constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. They get 6 yards back on the run, but still have a 3rd and long situation forthcoming.
That's a gain of 6. Brings up 3rd and 11.
Out of the gun, Newton. And he's got his receiver. That's Sammy Watkins. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. A first down and then some. Give him 29 yards.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
They'll contain him to just 4. Second down.
At the 49ers' 31-yard line.
And nothing but green grass here, middle of the field. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. A great effort there with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Seahawks able to make this a close game again. And this one through the uprights and good. So that winds up a 7-play drive all told. And a long run there in the end to top it off. After the touchdown pass to kick it away. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much as he's marked down officially at the 20. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline. Because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. Out of the gun, Watson. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Rodney McLeod. He had a little bit of the turnover bug last week. 3 interceptions. Not an absolute disaster, but another one here. Do you start to get a little worried?
You worry about your team as a whole because you have to find a way to make those interceptions, quote-unquote, go away. And that means your defense. They've got to go out there on sudden change and at least hold people to field goals. And if that keeps happening, they lose confidence in the quarterback, and then no one plays well.
Brings up 2nd and 12.
Now Joe Mixon. And look at this for the 2nd straight play. The 49er defense drops him for a loss. 3rd down, now even tougher. 3rd and 13 after that loss of a yard.
This defense has really flown around in the first half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense got to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
Aguilar has it. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. That one good for 14 and a Seahawk first.
1st and 10 at the 31.
From the gun, here's Newton. He finds his running back, Mixon. 5 yards on the pickup, and it'll be 2nd down. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. A toss left, Mixon. He's got the first down and more past midfield. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. A gain there of 21 yards. Interesting. He told us that he likes to run right more than left, but there he looked pretty comfortable going left for a big gain, Charles.
Kind of like a basketball player who has a dominant side that he dribbles to. But the ability to cross that over, change it up, and break a tendency can often lead to great results, as we just saw there.
It's a gain of 5 on the play, and that'll make it 2nd down.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd down.
Back to throw, Newton. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also 3rd down. A shotgun snap for Newton. He'll let this go for the end zone. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone for the Seahawk touchdown. Nelson Aguilar. His second touchdown on the season. And the Seahawks are now just an extra point away from moving out in front. And he puts it through. The fly route works for the TD Graham.
And you know the receivers love to say, if we get even with the defender, we're leaving. And that's exactly what he did. All the way into the end zone. And then he was on the business end catching it once he got over the stripe.
And he won't quite make it to the 25.
On the return, the Niners take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
San Francisco set to go on offense once more. We've got a little more than a minute to go, and I think the offense is saying, hey, all we need here, a field goal, and we can take the lead into intermission.
Well, I think that's what the goal should be. Give your kicker a chance to give you those 3 points. But in the meantime, if someone falls asleep on the defensive side, you might take advantage of that and get a big shot downfield, too.
First play of the drive, a success, 19 yards. He'll find Lamb. That's complete. And he is down deep into Seattle territory. A big play there just before halftime. And even 50 yards.
San Francisco.
And it'll be intercepted. The safety, Terrell Edmonds, picks it. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. So time perhaps for one final kneel down before they take this lead to the locker room. And with time running down, they go down to a knee. Well, the white flag coming out as they line up to kneel on it. And we will skip the highlight show this week. Get right back to this Week 3 matchup.
49ers 13.
The 49ers going to have the football and trailing on the scoreboard as we get back underway on EA Sports. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one.
The Niners take over 1st and 10 at their own 18.
Now Deshaun Watson and his offense heading back out there. And he's had some time to chew on that interception he threw on his last drive back in the first half.
Well, normally we say, well, get him right back out on the field and play again, right? But as you mentioned, had the halftime, had to stew about it a little bit. Maybe he'll have a chance to relax a little and kind of laugh and chuckle and let it go.
He'll hope to respond positively here to start the third quarter.
We talk about mobility on quarterbacks all the time. Here's where it really pays off. Able to move, evade, and is accurate throwing on the run and picking up a first down.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. A shotgun snap for Watson. His throw incomplete. Chase Claypool, the intended target, but it'll be second down.
Brings up 2nd and 10.
To throw again, Watson. This is Chase Claypool on the receiving end. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. He was held without a catch in the first half, but he's got one here. That's caught inside the 20. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. That one good for 37 yards. And across the chalk, into the end zone, it's a 49er touchdown. Chase Claypool with touchdown number 8 on the year. And once again, the 49ers are back out in front. That's an early touchdown grab for last week's NFC Offensive Player of the Week. He was so electric, and they talked about it all week long. Have to try to contain him.
And now for him, being able to focus on the task at hand and not just immediately assume that last week it totally carries over, but you got to like the start that he has, showing those great hands that we've seen from him throughout.
And only able to get this to the 19. So here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. And able to get this across the 20 before going out of bounds. It's a 4-yard pickup, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it can turn into a big gain downfield. What a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
It's a gain of 12, 1st down Seahawks.
1st and 10 at the 34-yard line.
They'll run here with Mixon. Found a little room there as he's up to about the 37.
On the carry.
It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain considering the blitz that they just had against them.
Again, it's Mixon. And this carry not as productive. He's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6.
It's 3rd down and 6.
From the gun, Newton. And able to find John Brown. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. 27 yards there on a very nice 3rd down conversion. So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 at the 36. Operating from the gun, Newton completes it to the tight end, Kittle. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. Add the gain here to the previous play, and it's better than 40 yards total. Now Newton on 1st down. This complete left side to Aguilar. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Able to get 7 on that 1st down pass play. 2nd and 3. Mixon. And this play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back to the 15. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 4 coming up. This will be play number 9 of the drive here as they need 4 yards on 3rd down. Play action. It's Newton. 4th down now as San Fran's defense was strong in coverage. So 2 3rd down conversions on this drive. But not able to get a 3rd, and now they deal with 4th down. The kick by Bass is good. And that'll bring them back within 4.
Makes the score Niners 21.
So the field goal there caps what winds up to be an 11-play drive.
Well, that's a lot of offense to run there to only get 3 points. I just wonder, are they going to recycle those plays because they were successful in getting 3? Or do you go to another section of the code book trying to find ones that get you into the end zone, get you 6?
So here are the Niners to take over on offense. They've won 2 straight, and they lead this one as well as they come up on 1st and 10. Now a throw right side taken in here to start this drive. Touchdown, 49ers. Deshaun Watson, 4 touchdown passes now in the ball game. And the 49ers add on to their lead. And now this is right in Kyle Shanahan's wheelhouse. He'll go for 2 here. I don't think you can get any more efficient or tidy, whatever word you want to use in that. And 1 play, 75 yards, end zone.
Yeah, efficient, tidy, excellent words. How about explosive? 75 yards, 1 play. That means everyone handled their assignment, doesn't it? It doesn't just mean that the defense broke down. They really executed the way that was drawn up on the whiteboard. Big-time play, big-time result.
On 1st down, it's Newton. And down he goes. The 49ers get there. Josh Allen able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. Well, for last week's performance, which was so good, he was named NFC Defensive Player of the Week. He got a lot of praise, and understandably so, from national media. Looking pretty good on that play, too.
And I love what he told us this week before the game. He talked...
And the pressure gets to him again.
Cam Newton sacked.
So, Brandon, we sat in with a lot of coaches, and when they talk about things they want to accomplish offensively, I'm not sure that sack and sack are on their play sheet.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. He gets this in the hands of Mixon. And they're able to bring him down at the 20. A gain of 9, not enough, and it's 4th down.
We can make this one pretty simple. Lock the ball of his progressions downfield, forced to get it to his running back. But how about the way they ran to the football and knocked him down to force a 4th down?
Here's Jackson to return. And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Watson on 1st down. Buying time to his left. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
A throw down the field caught by his running back. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. That one good for 26 and a 1st down.
26 yards.
From the gun, Watson escaping the pressure right. Campbell making the catch. And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomped down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football. Flush to his right. His throw caught at about the 5. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco.
San Francisco.
It's another touchdown pass for Deshaun Watson, his 5th of the afternoon. And the 49ers add 6 to their lead. They were still throwing with a comfortable lead here late, and now that lead even more comfortable.
And your first thought is it bad blood that went into this one ahead of time, that maybe they're seeking some revenge or they just don't like them? But the other thing that always hits me is, are they worried about playoff positioning? Right? Are they worried about, do you need enough points in case there's a tiebreaker that comes into play later?
And out now come the Seahawks. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
Sammy Watkins, the intended receiver. And it's 2nd down.
25-yard line.
Throwing again. Newton. Man open left side is Brown. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Good work after the catch. Going to net them 23 and a 1st.
I can put my defensive cap on right now, and I know they're saying don't give up any big plays now. They've controlled this game throughout, and all they want to do is see it through to the end. I think they let their guard down a little bit with that last completion. Sometimes when you're trying not to give up bigger plays, you don't react as fast as you should on other throws.
Now a 1st down throw for Newton. Rolling to his right. He'll try and run it. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down.
How about a tip of the cap to the defense? They're working against a very mobile quarterback, but all day long they've kept him under wraps. And on that play, they held him to a short gain.
And he's taken down inside the 30. Newton able to use those legs and get past the marker to pick up the 1st. So an instance there of Cam being Cam. We know he can use his legs.
And with that big body, it's hard to get him down even if you get a clear shot on him. Plus,
nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line. Offensively, they're going to have to figure this out before next week. 7 sacks in one game.
Yeah, and that's more than any quarterback should have to bear. And if this continues on, there will be another quarterback in the game because no one can stand up to this week after week.
Here a throw taken in by Watkins. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers 17-yard line. That one good for 20 on the catch and run. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10.
But one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
Nelson Aguilar, the intended receiver, but it's going to be 2nd down.
Incomplete. It's 2nd down and 10.
To throw again. Newton. And that's going to be caught by Peoples-Jones. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. This will be play number 8 here on the drive. It's 3rd and a yard. Throwing again is Newton. This will be caught at about the 5. And he'll get this down inside the 5 to the 4 before he's out of bounds. Give him a gain of 4, able to convert, and that sets up 1st and goal now. Newton throwing again. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. Cam Newton with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 8 on the season. And the Seahawks are able to close the gap just a bit.
Well, I'd have to say that for him, that was an all-encompassing drive because it was his arm that got his team down to that point, but his legs that finished the deal. Give him credit for making it happen.
Tyler Bass set to kick off.
And the 49er hands team does its job. Well, 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
A really good pickup of 28 yards. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. From the gun, here's Watson. Steps away to his left. And across the chalk into the end zone. It's a 49er touchdown. CeeDee Lamb. His 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. And the Niners are able to stretch their lead.
In order to lead in a game, you're going to get plenty of contributors, but that's his 2nd touchdown catch of this game. He's one of the key guys in this one.
And you better believe he'll be looking for the hat trick here as this one continues to go. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. That's fielded on the back line of the end zone. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25-yard line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Good drive last time. Really effective passing the football. Do you maybe mix it up, now go to the ground game and surprise the defense a little bit?
I would anticipate the defense making some changes, but I wouldn't necessarily just absolutely go in the opposite direction. They're doing so well throwing the ball.
Yeah, why
I wouldn't change it up until they showed me a reason to do so.
Now this one complete downfield on the left side. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40.
That's good.
Call that a very strong gain of 24.
Now that was pretty. They executed that curl route versus zone coverage, and that changes things a little bit because against man, it's often a tight curl, a sharply run route. Against zone, you're just looking for that open spot, that dead area, so you make curl a little bit wider just to get to that place.
And usually a tight window. He fired a bullet in there for the completion.
1st and 10.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. 1st and 10. Newton. This one into the hands of Kittle, the tight end. That catch good for only a couple.
Complete to George Kittle.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Newton, he'll find his running back, Joe Mixon. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. A gain of 4 on the play. And all of a sudden here, it's 3rd down.
3rd and 4.
Out of the gun, Newton. This is caught. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. Donovan Peoples-Jones, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Seahawks are able to cut into that deficit. And his kick is good.
And that touchdown puts us in a position to have a discussion, doesn't it? Now, it'll be a 2-score game after the conversion.
Yeah, I mean, there's no doubt with a 2-score game, they're going to have to onside kick it. We'll just see if they've got a miracle up their sleeve.
And you wonder what onside kicks they're going to use and in what sequence if they hope to have a chance to win this game.
They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none. Throwing now, Watson looking for Campbell down. This is caught inside the 15. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. Harris Campbell, 48 yards. And the 49ers add on to their lead. Now it's looking incredibly likely to be a 3-0 start to this season. That is obviously excellent. 2-0 is one thing. 3-0, you really have some momentum.
And now they're serving notice to the rest of the league that they're a pretty darn good football team. Confident, aggressive, attacking at all times. This looks like a team that you're going to have to deal with. And guess what? Behind closed doors, they're trying to figure out ways to get better.
At their own 25-yard line.
On 1st down, Newton. Dancing to his left. Looking left side, he's got it, complete. And he's got the 1st down here and then some, but a penalty flag down. This could very well be coming back. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
The pass to Brown as he hauls it in. Just a 1-yard pickup on the play, and it'll be a 3rd and about 13.
1-yard pickup brings up 3rd and 13.
From the gun, here's Newton. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 33. And they will finally get him, but not until he's all the way down inside the 15-yard line. That's now his 2nd interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands. CeeDee Lamb is intended target. And now it's 2nd down.
It's now 2nd and 10.
And Watson's going to throw it here. And he's going to go down. Sacked right around the 17. Now the Niners going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
3rd and long.
Going to need something special here on 3rd and long. After that sack, what does Watson have in his arsenal? A shotgun snap for Watson. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. The D-tackle Sheldon Richardson came barreling in for the sack. On 4th down, Watson. And this is going to be incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Seahawks are going to take over the football. So we were looking at each other up here in the booth when they went for that saying, oh, wow. Talk about trying to add insult to injury.
Some teams are just like that. You know, some philosophies, some coaches are like, look, when I got a chance to put some more points on the board, I don't care what the situation, I'm going to do it. And they're also the same coaches as a general rule that if someone does it to them, you won't hear people protest out of them. That's just who they are.
Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they get it with 26 seconds to go in the football game. Newton on first down. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down. They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10.
Isaiah Simmons there defensively.
Throwing again. Newton. That's to the right side, complete to Kittle. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in the game. Newton looking to throw on 3rd and 1. He's going to let it fly. And that's incomplete. Clock stops with 10 seconds left.
For Nelson Aguilar. Incomplete.
And no move to get the offense off the field. They'll stay put on 4th and 1. They snap it to Newton. And the Niners get there and bring him down. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And that's going to be just about all she wrote for this one. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. That one looks like he'll throw here. He'll fire deep downfield for Lamb. And nearly picked off there. Almost intercepted. Instead, 2nd down.
Moves to 2nd and 10.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Throwing again is Watson. He's going to take another, and this is caught inside the 5. And he takes it in for the score on the game's final play, so it doesn't affect the outcome, but a little whipped cream on top to their ending.
Or as our friends in